Travelers to Norvrent. The Crystal Exarch is finally ready to discuss the matter of your comrades' whereabouts. You've done as I requested it and learned something of the world in which you find yourself. Now it's time that I fulfilled my half of the bargain and explained what has befallen your comrades. That is a conversation I would rather have in privacy of my quarters. However, I must go ahead to the tower and organize a few things, but I shall see that the guard knows you to admit you. Just like that, the Grahatia is... I'm not familiar with that name. Is there something I should know? You know, the Mikote, he was in the Crystal Tower. An extraordinary tale, but I'm afraid I found no such individual residing in the tower when it passed into my care. Mayhap we can revisit the mystery another time. For now, I think it best we can focus on the present. So Grahatia is missing, huh? Interesting. Greetings, sir. The Exarch awaits you within. I shall definitely enter the Crystal Tower. Come on, man. Boom, boom. Here it is, music. Final Fantasy III music.
Welcome to the Ocular, my private study. We can speak here without fear of being overheard. I have much to explain, but the truths which I must touch upon in doing so would cause only distress and confusion to the people of this world. Pray keep that in mind. Now, I am sure you are desperate to know the fate of your fellow scions. To put it simply, they are here in the first. Their arrival, however, was not as recent as you may imagine. Here, time flows at a different pace from that of the source. In the space of a single hour in your home world, an entire year might pass in the first, and the reverse could also be true. The pace fluctuates without rhyme or reason, and it cannot be predicted.
Also, that's their BS reason to explain why, if I ever go back, things are not going to be... It's not going to be a huge-ass hour or a year whenever I leave.
That said, we seem to be entering a period of near equivalence.
There it is.
And thus, for the moment, you need not overly concern yourself with the passage of time.
See, there it is.
As for your companions, however, Y'shtola and Urianger have dwelled here for 3 winters, all told, while Thancred's count stands at 5.
Alright, so notice this is because it's in turn with how, when they were called. Thancred was the first, so he was gone for 5 years. Y'shtola and Urianger are at 3.
Even our more recent arrivals, Alphino and Alize, have lived in the first for almost a year.
See, I feel like Alphino would have been here a little longer than Alize. I feel like. But they've been here for a year.
My intention had been to summon only you, but the art of reaching across worlds has proven exceedingly difficult to master. Thus it was that my fumbling hand closed upon those to whom your fate is most closely bound as well. As they were not the object of my summons, their transference was incomplete. Though they may appear to possess corporeal bodies, they are, in truth, merely spirits that one can see and touch.
Once again, he was naked.
Consequently, while you yourself will be able to pass between worlds with relative freedom, they will not. Much as it grieves me, they are stranded here, unable to return.
To find a way to send them back.
We spent every waking hour searching for a way to reverse the summoning. In the beginning, at least. As you may have surmised, however, our efforts met with little success. And then we all but abandoned the endeavor once Urianger shared with us the vision he had witnessed during his journey through the rift. In that chaotic no-man's land between realms, time and space warp and blend in unexpected ways. What Urianger saw was the future. That which would one day come to pass. In his vision of tomorrow, the first was rejoined with the source. This collision of worlds brought about the 8th umbral calamity and the deaths of countless multitudes. Amongst those who perished, Urianger clearly saw the fall of the Scion's mightiest champion. He watched you die. And thus did the Scions embrace their exile, and began searching this world for a means to forestall the coming catastrophe in yours. Their souls are stranded in the first, yes, but they have fought on, desperate to save their home and you from destruction. Nor have their efforts been in vain, for it was they who finally established that the elimination of the Sin-Eaters will indeed serve to prevent the calamity. Considering these circumstances of our meeting, you would be forgiven for doubting my version of events. And so, before all else, I would suggest you track down your comrades and hear the tale from their lips. I shall of course be happy to assist in these reunions, and you need not make any decisions regarding your involvement until you are certain of where you stand. Meanwhile, I promise I will not rest until I have found a way to help your friends return home. What say you? Have I earned your trust for the moment, at least?
I guess. Aye, but I'll see you keep that promise.
Excellent. You will not regret this. With that settled, we shall have to see about getting you ready for the road. Traveling across the rift has no doubt left you weary. I will arrange for a room where you might rest in comfort. While it's being prepared, perhaps I can show you around.
You mean to tell me the last quest wasn't for that? Speak with the Crystal Exarch. The Crystarium boasts a number of residential districts, but I have been informed that a room has just become available at the Pendants, which, as it turns out, is perfect. Our path there will take us past the market, and I was hoping to give you my own introduction to their wares. Come along.
This is the Musica Universalis, the commercial heart of the Crystarium. What you might need to prepare for your journeys can be purchased here. Ah, yes. You must be curious about the currency. Fear not. The gil you carry will serve you well enough. Each nation once minted its own coins, but 'twas all a jumbled mess following the flood. After much debate, the local merchants eventually elected to revert to the old ways, wherein a coin's value was decided by the worth of its metal. As for a unit of measurement, we agreed upon the term gil. a word borrowed from coins uncovered within the Crystal Tower here. And as our traders peddled their wares across the land, so too did our usage of gil become common practice. From what your stola tells me, a standard coin from the source equates to exactly 1 gil here, or near enough not to matter. Our way of life has benefited greatly from the artifacts we recovered from the tower, some of which may be familiar to you.
Ah, that's poetics. Those cell phone looking things.
But I fear it would not be practical for us to provide everything to which you are accustomed. You shall need a means to access the commodities of your homeworld. Avan Kerm Sin?
Are you there, my friend?
Yes, I'm here. Of course I'm here. What amusements do you have for me today?
My dear Feo Ul, paragon of pixie kind. For you, I have the most vital task. This fine gentleman is a friend from a distant realm. And we have need of a means to ferry things back and forth from his home.
Very.
Might you be able to assist us in this matter?
You came from beyond, didn't you? From beyond the rift? How wonderfully exciting! What a brave and reckless and marvelous thing you did! You've the heart of a pixie, you do. After careful consideration, I have decided to grant you my assistance. Make a pact with me and the fun can begin. But answer me this, traveler. Did your garments come with you when you crossed over? Your teeth? Your nails?
Yeah. I would hope so.
Just as I thought! Then you've a good stout connection with your home through which all your belongings, great and small, may easily pass. From this moment forth I will be your Isne Fis, and you my Sne Yak. Like the branch which sprouts from the sapling, our bond will flow unbroken from one to the other.
Making a quick decision right now. I'm not gonna bother translating every single pixie language. You guys can read the screen. You guys can can figure it out. I'm not gonna voice that. That's too much.
Raise your hand. Tis done. We are bound now, dearest sapling. Come then, make your request, tell me your desire. I wish to visit this world of yours.
Mayhap her message to your friends in the source to inform them of your safe arrival.
Yeah, send a message to Tatru. Because if I send it to Kral, not Tatru, Tatru's never gonna let me hear the end of it.
Consider it done.
No.
As you heard, that was Feo Ul of the Pixies. Their kind possess an affinity for magic akin to that of arcane beings. They rarely show themselves in populated areas, but Feo is insatiably curious even by Pixie standards, and seems to have taken a liking to the Crystarium. Right, we were going to organize a room for you, weren't we? Come along.
As a result of your pact with Fail Ul, you now have access to delivery moogles, market boards, and summoning bells while in the first. How convenient. Why travel there when I can just select the pendants? Ah, there you are. I was just finalizing the matter of your accommodation. You'll have a private room here in the Pendants for your duration of your stay, to make use as you see fit. When you're ready to retire, the manager will show you to your lodgings. Pray rest and recuperate, and we shall reconvene in the ocular anon. I believe that covers all of the practical concerns. Thank you for answering my call, Firemac. We are denied the comforting blanket of night, but may peaceful dreams attend me nonetheless. I mean, if I didn't answer the call, you would keep giving me headaches. I don't like headaches. A pleasure to meet you, sir, and welcome to your new home at the Pendants. Your room is ready if you'd care to retire. Yeah, I guess so. Okay, I guess that's what's going to advance the plot. You!
I know you. You're the warrior of light from the source.
The warrior of darkness!
What? Did you just... You can hear me?
Yeah?
Oh, gods, how long has it been? That was what I called myself in your world. The warrior of darkness. My real name is Ardbert. I used an alias in the source. A daft one, looking back.
I mean, they did call you Ardbert back there too, just throwing it out there.
If you recall my tale, it was my comrades and I who caused the flood. We thought our home doomed. And so we listened to the Ascians. Let them guide us to the source, and tried to hasten their goddamned ardor. I remember when we fell, defeated by you and yours. I remember our audience with Minfilia, how she listened to our pleas and returned our souls to the First. The flood was poised to swallow Northrend. Minfilia and my friends, they surrendered what little they had left to hold it back. Just faded away, leaving me to bear witness. Tell me, do you know the year? How much time has passed since we caused the flood?
100 years.
100 years. 100 long years. My hands find no purchase. My gestures catch no eye, and my pleas, be they whispered or screamed, reach not a single ear. I am a shade, cursed to do naught but drift.
But now we can be buddies.
I feel as if I've been walking forever. I hardly noticed when my mind and body began to fray at the edges. Then bang! My senses were sharp again. I felt like a fish being reeled in, and before I knew it, I found myself in this room. Why is it that you can see me? What are you even doing here, come to that?
I was called by this guy, Crystal Exarch. I'm here to help.
You were summoned to save the first. A waste of time. This world is beyond saving, like those who try to save it. Muddled as my mind may be, I've not forgotten that. But if fate has brought me to you, the one person in this God's forsaken world who can see and hear me, then perhaps there is a reason I endured. If I can find out why I was left behind, then maybe I can bring this journey of mine to an end. Well, I'll be watching, Warrior of Light. But do me a favor. Be careful out there. This world has had its fill of heroes.
Nuh-uh. They haven't had me before. I'm the Warrior of Darkness now. I'm taking the title from you. I like how we just don't bother putting the covers on us. Woo! Man, this game has a long beginning. Master Firemac Exarch awaits you within. Well, I think he's always going to say that. That's going to be another skipper.
Ah, how did you find your new quarters? I trust you were able to rest.
I had a ghostly visitor.
I was not aware the room was haunted, and you were rather tired. Well, should you receive another visitation, be sure to let me know. Now, let us return to the subject of the Scion's whereabouts. This map shows the lands of Norvrand, the only area to be spared the flood of light.
Looks familiar, doesn't it?
The Crystarium is here, in the region known as Lakeland. To the north is the fairy kingdom of Ilmeg. That is where you'll find Urianger.
And that'd be where Ishgard would be.
To the east lies the once prosperous civilization of Rak-Tika. Your Stola is stationed there, in the heart of the forest.
That would be the Gridania.
Alas, neither location can be reached without considerable difficulty. As such, I would suggest you first seek out one of the twins, each of whom is stationed but a short flight from the Crystarium. Alphino is on Calusia, an island off the western shore. It is home to a city called Yulmore, where the rich and privileged while away their days in idleness.
So it's just like Limsa Lumensa. I mean, not the rich
For
part.
his part in furthering our cause, Alphino journeyed there to meet with the citizenry and forge alliances. From what I hear, he has since kept himself busy gathering information around the main settlement. Alize, meanwhile, traveled south to the arid wastes of Armarang. They lie upon the very edge of the inhabitable world, where the flood of light was halted. Those who dwell there live in constant fear of attack by the Sin Eaters. In contrast to her brother, Alize felt that her energies would better be spent learning about the enemy, and thus she sells her services as a guard, both to hone her skills and gather information on our foe.
Did you mention where Thancred was?
So, will it be Calicia or Armarang? It matters not which you choose to visit first. Simply inform me once you have made your decision, and I will see to it that you are provided with a suitable mount. Ah, but you must be wondering about Thancred.
Yeah.
He has taken up with a new companion, and is presently engaged as a wandering hunter of Sin Eaters. Being ever on the move, his whereabouts are often difficult to ascertain, but I am certain your paths will cross ere long.
Sorry, I'm getting that tired spell where I just kind of fall asleep. I will fight through it, don't worry, as long as I keep talking. Alright, so we're going to go with Alize because we're going to go in reverse order of when they left. When they disappeared, basically. So since Alize was the most recent disappearance, we're going to go with Alize first, and then we'll go to Alpha now. In search of Alize, the Crystal Exarch is eager for you to meet with Alize. Ready to depart for Armarang? Alize will be overjoyed to see you safe. I know she was particularly concerned with your well-being. She impressed upon me how regrettable the timing of her summoning was, repeatedly. I can imagine. I only hope that my part in sending you to her will garner me some measure of forgiveness. Here, this is a letter of introduction addressed to a man named Cassard, the master of a merchant caravan. There are few who know the ways of the desert as well as he does. Find him at the Amaro launch, and he will see that you reach your destination. There's the Amaro launch. Like it as you will. You come looking for work? I might have a good spot for another guard. No, actually, we're trying to get out of here. Oh, a friend of the Exarch. Hoping to meet someone in Armarang, are you? I shall be your guide. I was about to set off for our outpost there, as a matter of fact. You can leave right away, assuming you have everything you need. Oh, I gotta talk to him again. All set, then off to the Unforgiving Sands we go. You can now travel to Armarang, speak with the adroit Amaro tamer to fly to the desert. You can use your okay. We're just talking about the ether compass. I don't need that. We already have flying unlocked.
Arang. From this parched earth, the nation of Nabath, Arang once rose. When I journeyed here, long ago, I spoke with a sun-weathered elder. He told me Armarang meant majestic land in the language of his people.
Alright, and this area is old. I don't know if I made that
So it
obvious.
might still be, were it not for the light's unrelenting onslaught.
Now, welcome to the amazing music of Shadowbringers. Oof, no matter how many times I come here, the heat never fails to catch me off guard. Don't be surprised when the temperature drops at night, though. The sky is still bright, of course, but it gets brisk enough to make you shiver. Now, the Exarch's letter said I was to take you to the inn at Journey's Head, which is where this Alze friend of yours is staying. But to be fair, that's a fair old distance, so I propose we make a stop at Mordsuk to break up the trek. Allow me to attend to some business, and you to enjoy the local hospitality. Sound good? Good! Good! Alright, Elot, I'm off, and I better not see the goods covered in sand when I get back. Right, we head southwest, straight as an arrow. As much as I love that music to continue playing, I'm gonna fly because I'm just I want to get this done. Stop here a moment. This is your first visit to Amarang, is it not? Before you cross the River of Sen, you need to turn around and feast your eyes on that. What's that? That? The tilted thing? They built them big, didn't they? That's Kasar Sharl, the fortress meant to protect the northern reaches of Nabath Arang. Seeing what was left behind, I believe it was when they say that it was once one of Nordrand's mightiest nations. At least until the flood came along. Great chunks of Nabath Arang's lands were lost to the light, its great city included. The few who survived didn't see much point in staying, most of them anyway. No, not many chose to come here these days, not with everything in ruins. Even the hulking great fortress has become little more than an Amaro roost for me and my caravan. But not everywhere is deserted as this place. Just wait until you see Mordsuk. Let's press on, shall we? Mordsuk. Suka. Bako. Bakuka. Suka. I can probably just teleport. Might be quicker. You think that's quicker, guys? It's kind of hard to tell. Go whoop whoop whoop, whoopity whoop, whoopity whoop, whoopity whoop. Here we are, Mordsuk. By the blessed shadow, I love this town.